Welcome to the meeting. My name was Kayekesi. Kayekesi. I am privileged to be your host this evening on Zoom. And as Jaira has indicated, we are looking at how to develop, market, and sell your product or service as an entrepreneur or an employer. So what it is that each one of us is supposed to have a product. God brought us here to earth to be able to be producers of products. So I was saying that God brought us here to earth, each one of us, to be a producer of a product or products. And you bear with me that whenever I'm talking about product, I also mean a service. So in about mentioned the word service, yeah, I mean the same thing, product or service. We are talking about the fact that each one of us came here to earth to bring out a fruit inside or a fruit that people out there require or require to consume. In my book, this book, the Employer in You Series 1, that is repositioning yourself from having an employee mind to having an employer mind. I have 3 chapters, in fact 4 chapters, starting from chapter 11. And I think mostly our discussion today will focus quite a lot on chapter 11. And then we have, which is the 3 ingredients for you and I to be able to build a business house, and not only building a business house, but also to establish that business house. And at the same time, be able to fill that house with rare and precious treasures. In chapter 12, and within there, I've quoted a man called Jim Rohn. You can search for him on YouTube and listen to what he has said. Jim Rohn has said that the market does not pay you for your time. The market pays you for your value. The market does not pay you for your time, but the marketplace pays you for your value. And that's why I have therefore concluded that money is not out there, but money is inside you and me. In each one of us is money. So these are the things that we have to keep on talking about as we discuss, as Jaira has put it. This is a big topic. We will keep on talking about this. So money is not out there, but money is inside you. And so that was chapter 12. And then I was talking about the next chapter is chapter 13. In chapter 13, I'm specifically talking about product development, how to develop your product and take it to the market. And then in chapter 14 of my book, I've talked about taking your product to the market. And of course, you cannot take your product to the market without you selling your product. Ultimately, there must be a sale of that product. So then, here we go. So we are talking about the fact that you need to produce a product, But before you produce a product, before we talk about the how of the production of a product, may I briefly share with you I think about 5 to 7 questions that go with the aspect of a product. First thing, what you and I need to ask ourselves is, what product can I produce in order for me to solve a problem out there? The second question is the question why. Why should I produce a product? The third question is, for whom should I produce the product? The fourth question is, when should I produce a product? When should I produce a product? And then the fifth question is, how do I produce the product? This is the discussion which we are having now. How do I produce a product? But before I produce a product, what should be behind my mind is, why am I producing this? Why am I producing this product? That is the purpose for the product. A man called Simon Sinek has said, start with why. Start with why. Why am I producing a product? Why should I produce a product? And then, who needs this product? Is this product going to sell? Is it having some consumers out there? What I've observed of late is that people just want to get into business because they hear somebody did something and then got something, sold it, and then at the end of the day, someone just joins and then goes into business. No, we are not supposed to do that. We need to understand the what, the who, the when, and then of course the how. The I, and more questions. We'll be discussing more questions as we go on. So then we have to produce a product, and then that product, we need to produce it, and then we need to produce a product so that we take it to the market. So now the question we are asking ourselves as per our meeting is, how do we produce our product? Let's start with what I've talked about in chapter 13. In chapter 13, I've talked about, like I already earlier on said, the importance of value in the marketplace. So briefly about why you and I should produce a product. We need to produce a product because there are problems out there. Business is about us solving a problem. We need to solve a problem out there. There are challenges out there. There are problems there. And those challenges and problems are the ones that make us go into product development. And so then, as we are going into product development, we are concerned with the problem that we want to solve. What problem do I want to solve as Simon Mbui Kayekesi? What problem do you have to solve out there as yourself? It could be one problem or many problems. What are those problems? And why should you solve those problems? Business is about problem solving. I think that is the key. That is the key point. That's why you need to produce a product. That's why you need to design a product, and that's why you need. That's why you need to get into product development. So, if that is why you need to go into product development, because you want to solve a problem out there, the question then is, how do you solve those problems out there? Okay? And the response to that, as I've already indicated, is that you need to produce a product or a service. And for you to produce a product or a service, you will be required to go through a number of stages. And in particular, there are 3 key stages. I call them the product trinity. And by product trinity, I mean product development. You have to go through 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 product marketing. You also need to go through product sales. I've called this from product development to putting money into your pocket. So you and I need to be on a journey. We need to start a journey where we move from product development. From product development, we go into product marketing, and then we go into product sales. That's the ultimate for a product. It is at this product sale that we put money into our pockets. And basically, what is money? Why do we need money? Money is basically a medium of exchange. It is a measure of value. So you are going out, you are producing a product because you want to exchange your value with value out there. You are not really going out specifically for money. You are going out into the market in order to exchange value. But then now you are using money. You are using money to. You are using money as a measure of that value, or as a medium of exchange. So this is what, if you are able to view it from your screen, this is what I was talking about as a product trinity. So you have to have in your mind, as you go into developing a product, you have to have these 3, like I've already indicated, the product trinity. You move from product development to product marketing, and then product sales. I think that is also talking about the same thing. That is the process: develop, market, and sell your product out there. What is the product development, marketing, and what does product development, marketing, and selling entail? I think these are the same things I've already talked about, which you need to visualize: product development, product marketing, product selling. As we go on, we will break these into details. Now, I know you are waiting for this, the how to develop a product, market that product, and be able to sell the product. How do you do that? So I want for now to dwell on the number 1 how. Let me first of all explain that I'm not talking about the how to mix. For example, if you are smoking a chicken, how to bring the sawdust and all those things and mix them. No, that's not what I am talking about in the how to develop a product, market it and sell it. I am talking about the how in terms of the ingredients, the ingredients that are required to be used when now you go into the mixing of sawdust and those other components. I'm talking about the higher level of the how before we come to the practical aspect of doing what is called resource mix. So I'm talking about the higher level of resources that you need to use in product development. So the number 1 resource, I would refer you to the Bible in Proverbs chapter 3, verse 19 to 20. We have a resource there. We have a resource there that God was able to use. In fact, we have resources there that God was able to use in order for him to have the earth, the heavens, and what is there in place. I hope you are able to see that on your screen. The number one how that we need to talk about is the how of God's method. What method did God use in order for him to put in place what we are able to see with our eyes, and even that which we are not able to see? So I was talking about Proverbs chapter 3, that's from the Bible, verse 19 to 20, and also Proverbs chapter 24, verse 3 to 5. That's what we are going to concentrate on right away. And in Proverbs 3, verse 19 to 20, we are told that by wisdom, God built the earth or founded the earth. Through understanding, he established the heavens. Through knowledge, he made divisions in the earth. He was able, for example, to say, let there be the Zambezi River, or let there be the Sorez River. And it went on like that. So God used three. And in Proverbs, I used three ingredients. In Proverbs chapter 24, verse 3 through to 5, we are told a house, by wisdom, a house is built. Through understanding, it is established. Through knowledge, a house is filled with rare and precious treasures. So then, let's refer to the house in this case as a business house. And for you to have a business house, you need to have a product or a service. That will be the commodity that you'll be able to sell in order to bring money and put money into your pocket. Thank you. The screen is back. So this is what God was able to do. He built the heavens using wisdom. He was able to establish it using understanding, and he made divisions using knowledge. And so I was saying that when you come to Proverbs chapter 24, how do you build your house? In this case, we are referring it to how do you come up with your product. You need to come up with your product by you using the same ingredients that God was able to use during the time of creation to make what is there to be there. It says, by wisdom, a house is built. So your business house, or be it your product, in this case, you are using your product in the business arena. So it is your product that makes, in short, your business. So by wisdom, your product will be built. I'm talking about the how. So how do you develop your product? By wisdom, a house is built. So you have to use wisdom for you to design your product. You have to use wisdom in order for you to mix the resources, because wisdom talks about the how. It talks about the methodology. It talks about the strategy. So you have to use wisdom, and that is what God used. If you read Genesis chapter 1, all those things you read from verse 1 up to verse 31, before God rested on the seventh day, God was using wisdom. Minutes is gone. God was using wisdom. He was using wisdom as as a way of him creating. That was the strategy that God was able to use, and as such, even you are required to use wisdom as the strategy for you to continue creating, making, and having your product to be put in place. So by wisdom, a house is built. So if you want to develop your product, use wisdom. By wisdom, a product is developed. By understanding, a product is established. By knowledge, a product has rare and precious treasures. And in this case, I have come up with, when it comes to the aspect of knowledge, on the rare and precious treasures, I've said that reality plus preciousness is equal to value, which is equal to worth, which is equal to wealth. So what it is that you have therefore to become rare and precious, or your product is supposed to become rare and precious. That is what you have to do. You have to aim at being rare for your product to be able to sell out there and put more money into your pocket. So become rare. Become rare in the marketplace. So coming back to what we are talking about in particular, I was saying that we have to use what God was able to use to create the heavens and the earth, and then put what is there in place, and be able to move in that direction. So we are saying that by wisdom, a house is built. Through understanding, it is established. Now, in place of a house, we are saying we put product there. By wisdom, a product is developed. Through understanding, by wisdom, a house is built. Through understanding, a house is established. Through knowledge, a house has rare and precious treasures. So basically here I was saying that we want to connect this because you can't run a business without a product. A business requires a product or a service. That is what constitutes a business. Now, if you want to build a business together with building a product, you need wisdom to build your business house or to build your product. You need understanding to establish your product. You need knowledge so that you can be able to have rare and precious treasures regarding your product. And that is where you end up becoming rich. Many people are not rich, as I'm speaking now, because they are not rare and their products are not rare. They are as common as water. I remember way back in one of the courses in economics, I think when you are doing introduction to economics, you'll be asked a question, why is it that diamonds, which are not as important as one would think, why do they cost more than water, which is actually more important to life? And I think the answer to that is basically the aspect of preciousness and reality. Water, important as it is, because it is too common, it costs less. I think even right away you'd agree with me. I think for me at Perez Guest House, we tend to be paying more for electricity than for water. So that is an aspect of reality. So then if you need to become rich out there, remember or aim at making sure that your product or your service is rare and precious. When you make your product rare and precious, that becomes a source of you making more money out there. Because a lot of people would look for you. Those are the people we call customers. Customers will look for you. So no wonder I'm saying the number one thing on how to develop your product, we'll be talking about a number of them as we go on. The number one thing that you need to